right. We are talking with Sarah the Proud. Hey, Sarah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, and you're at a
great.
good level. Not you, phone. I literally said, hey, Sarah, and my phone's like, Siri? Did you say Siri? Calm down.
A lot of people's phones do that. I'm used to it at this point.
Well, thanks for calling in. What is your big win that you'd like to talk about?
My big win would be that for a long time, music was a passion of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And so in high school, I really started making choir like a big part of my my schooling process. I cannot talk tonight, but it's
okay.
Fine. So last year I started doing choir festival and like auditioning for them and moving through the ranks and stuff like that. I tried to do it my sophomore year, but it was not successful. But then I started working and I started learning how to sight read, learning how to transpose key signatures and and trying to learn how to like what notes are where on a staff and where they are on a keyboard so that I can learn faster and teach other people if they are in need of help with learning a piece of music or something like that.
Oh, that's so nice.
And so with that, then this previous year, my junior year, I was doing choir festivals, and the highest rank is nationals, which I couldn't do because I'm too old for nationals. Because of when it happens like bi-yearly, I think. I don't remember exactly, but I'm almost made it to all states, which is directly under nationals.
Nice. Congratulations.
So, thank you. The ranks go counties, districts, regionals, all states, and then nationals.
Wait, hold on. I got something for you.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can we get claps in the chat for Sarah, please? Please and thank you. The applause is for you. Just imagine this is everybody in the chat clapping right now.
All right. Cool.
How many is that?
Fantastic. That's huge. Congrats.
So and I think I remember my placements too. For counties, which is the very first one, I ranked 6 out of over 100 people.
Yeah, you said county, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then for districts, I ranked 8 out of like 85 people.
Wow.
And then for regionals, I ranked 14 out of about 45-ish.
Lord.
And then
impressive.
When I auditioned for states, I ranked 8 out of 26.
Oh my goodness.
And they take the top 6 for states, so I didn't quite make it. But if 2 people off of my voice part could not participate in the states festival, I would have gone to states, which is in the Poconos.
Well, I mean, don't even dismiss the rest of it. All of that is crazy that you were even like in the top percentage. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Very cool.
This came from not even making counties sophomore year.
That's
like
awesome.
Just within that year alone, I've grown.
That's wonderful.
From last year to this year, I have done musicals, I've done plays, I've done so many things to grow my voice. My range has grown. I can go all the way up to soprano and all the way down to like lower tenor baritone range.
Wow.
So
that's impressive. For everybody who doesn't know what that means, that's a huge range. Like to quote unquote bounce between, like have a decision to, because some people are just like literally stuck. I don't actually know what mine is. I have to figure that out. But most people are just like stuck with what they got. They're like, that's it. You can only be soprano. Good luck. You know, like that's Literally their voice capability. That's amazing. No. We're talking with SarahTheProud, Glyph. Come on, read the top of the read the top of the stream, okay?
And so that's been a big thing. And then
that's fantastic.
And building vibrato was a hard thing to do. But now I can control it. I can change the speed of my vibrato if I so choose. I can easily switch between straight tone and vibrato no matter what. And my lowest note for all of my music peeps out there is a C3. So
I don't know what that means. What's a C3?
It's a pretty low note. That's what I will say.
Super low. Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be considered like drop C? Is that like a thing that you would recognize?
Do you know what middle C is?
No.
Okay.
I'm not musically inclined like you are, okay? So
give me one second.
Teach me. Teach me.
All right. Give me a second. Oh no, there's an ad. Hold on. I have a piano on my phone that I can play a pitch and then I'll sing the pitch back and tell you if it's an octave.
Live demonstration, everyone.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't hear the piano. Oh shoot. Hold on. Give me a second. My piano's not working.
It's okay. Take your time.
I'll use my laptop. If I could spell, that would be fantastic. I can't spell piano apparently, but it's fine. Okay,
the tension is building.
Making me nervous. Oh shoot, my laptop's muted. Okay. So middle C. Ooh, that's middle C.
Okay.
It's C4. That's that octave letter name.
Okay.
And so then an octave below that would be my lowest note that I can go. But I can't just like put it out like I did just then. I have to like build down to it.
Oh, okay.
So it takes a lot of warming up and a lot of breath control to be able to get down to that
Do you do vocal warm-ups before performing or singing and stuff usually too?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm in choir in high school. I'm in my senior year. I'm almost done. And before I get to school every day, I do my own warm-ups to make sure that I'm good to go, and then I do the warm-ups that my director has us do every day.
Okay.
And so that's just, for me personally, I do double warm-ups so that I can get my voice warm, ready, and so that I can like experiment with range during warm-ups with the rest of the class.
Nice.
So that's been a big thing for me because I really do want to go into something music related in college, which is why I'm going to major in music performance.
Cool. Very cool.
College. And then I'm going to minor in something writing related because I'm also a big writing advocate.
Oh, like creative writing? Or I saw some of your poetry in the Discord, which is beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yes, creative writing. I'm writing a book. Well, I'm trying.
Oh, yeah, I remember you mentioning that, yeah.
Yeah. And I journal. I actually had to write a poem for my Power of Written Expression class. And it was an introduction about me. I can post that in the Discord later then.
Sure, yeah, if you like to share.
And I wanted to make it super personal, vulnerable to maybe inspire somebody else in that class to be brave enough to share their story and share why they are where they are. And I got a lot of positive feedback on that poem, so I was very, very happy.
That's great.
And my teacher for that, which is also the assistant director to the stage program that we have, was asking me questions about it. Like, she was just so enthralled about how I word and how I use the metaphors and other figurative language aspects that I do when I write. Because she gets very intrigued, and I'm just like, oh, positive feedback.
That's gonna feel real good, you know? Like
it does.
Yeah.
And because I had to present that to the entire class, it was a little anxiety-inducing.
Well, of course, especially since it's so like vulnerable, as you put it. You know, like being honest and using and sharing like any form of writing that's personal with like a fucking class of your peers. Like that's, I don't even know like how I would even handle that. Well, I guess I'd be okay at this point in my life, but not back then. I don't think it was. I didn't even have like I feel like I existed in high school until my junior year, and then after that I just like, or halfway through my junior year, I slowly just disappeared and became like a scene kid. Like just emo.
I got you.
I was in a band and I was like, I'm not even friends with anybody at my school.
Oh, you were that kid.
I was that kid, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I was like, you guys don't know me. Yeah, one of those guys, so.
But I think it helps also that I have been doing stage. Our stage program is called Baron Stage because we are the Man, I'm Such a Baron. And so, our mascot is a Baron, so, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're very, what's the word? I
don't even know.
I can't think of words right now.
No,
not that one.
Posh?
Oh, shoot. No.
I think when you say Baron, I think of like, oh, you know, like, welcome to my abode.
It'll come to me eventually. But, I've been doing plays and musicals since my freshman year. The very first thing I was in was the spring musical of my freshman year. We did Shrek the Musical.
Which is fantastic, by the way. I have seen Shrek the Musical. It was
very fun. I was a Duloc citizen, so I was dressed in all plastic, was hot as balls, and
we got to sing the Duloc Is song.
I did. And my very best friend was Farquaad. So that was really great. And then the next year up, in my sophomore year, I was Santa in A Christmas Story. That was the fall play. And so the director casted me as Santa. And that was extremely fun because I got to push Ralphie down the slide. So that was great.
Oh, got it. I was like, Christmas Carol. What am I thinking of? Like,
A
you put
Christmas
your eye
Story.
out. A
Christmas Story. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll poke your eye out, kid.
Yes.
You
I forgot they did that.
Yeah.
There was like a bunch of, after the Shrek musical, because I have some friends who were in the, like, or I guess they're still in theater, or still doing like plays and stuff.
Yeah.
I was exposed to a lot of things like plays wise that I had just no idea. When I was like, we're going to see Shrek. Like, and I was hoping that we had the opening, like, I was like, is there going to be an a cappella version of All Star or like, no, but it was still awesome.
Yeah. And then I didn't do the musical that year because I had 2 bowling matches on the days of audition, so I missed them.
Damn.
But
she can sing. She's a bowler.
I am a bowler. But this previous year, my junior year, I did both the play and the musical. The play was Clue, if you know that board game that's based off of a play.
Uh-huh.
And so I did that. I was a reporter. I had a single word at the very end.
Oh, that was it? Okay.
Yeah, that was it. But
can I ask you a little bit more about like the poem that you shared with everybody? So I'm not going to ask about like specifics. What I'm more curious about is like when it came to you handling the like I guess the pressure is probably the best way to say it. The pressure of doing that in front of your peers. Do you have to go into like a certain mode to like, when I say mode, I guess it's like I guess the way I would explain it would be more of like a mask almost, where you have to just sort of, maybe it's like disassociation, because that's what I imagine I go through. Like if I was in front of my peers and had to like speak in front of everybody, it's almost like I have to, you know, like adjust my posture and sort of, you know, change my mental state enough where it's no longer Steve, it's like a person who's operating me, if that makes sense. Is that like, does that sound accurate for you, or how does that work for you?
Well, for me, I tend to go into the mode of performing on stage, which sounds weird, but my mentality.
But you feel comfortable in front of like a crowd of people, like in terms of the stage? Okay, okay.
Yes. But when it comes, I'm actually more comfortable in front of a big group of strangers than I am to a small group of people that I've grown up with.
That sounds about right, though. I mean, it seems like, you know, with intimate knowledge of somebody, you're like, what do they think of me? Like, I really value this person's perspective. But if it's a crowd, it's like so big, you just can't even. It's like when I say the word universe to you. You're not thinking about anything specific. You just see the whole thing, big blob thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, but, that makes sense.
Yeah. Directly answering that question, though, when I am going to present something so vulnerable up in front of people, I'm shaking just thinking about it. But but I will get up in front of them, take a deep breath in front of them, get into I kind of have like a mini pep talk when I'm taking that deep breath.
So you have a ritual,
a little bit, and then I go for it. I just jump right in. And when I was, I don't want to say performing. When I was presenting this in front of the class, I messed up on the first word, so that did not help me at all. But afterwards, I did like the blah 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 thing.
Oh yeah, where you're just like blah blah blah. I got this.
Yeah. And my teacher was like, take your time. And so I did another big deep breath, and I went for it. I didn't stop this time. I just went for it. If I didn't say exactly what was on the page, oh well, I went for it.
Nice. Okay, so you got some improv in there too, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit.
So this is from years of performing, is what you're talking about at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're kind of conditioned for that.
Yeah, I would say a little bit. And because of, last year we got a new director for stage, so the audition process was completely different.
Okay.
So I had to get used to doing stuff on a whim and being able to audition in front of a small group of adults, like you would maybe do for a professional musical or a professional play or something of that grand scheme. I wasn't auditioning in front of everybody else that was auditioning. It was just the people that would be working with us on the play or musical. So that's a little stressful, but like with this upcoming play, it's going to be Robin Hood. I need to do a British accent, which I can do pretty well, I do say, but
nice.
But I'm going to choose because I need to memorize a monologue for this, for the audition. So I'm going to choose something that I'm familiar with, that I believe I can do well, and that if I need to, I can change some words to make it so that I present it as best as I can.
Okay,
and then
that makes
also,
sense.
I'm going to be given a piece of the script, and I need to perform that as what I think that character would perform it like.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so they're trying to see like your flexibility as like an actor.
Yes.
Yes.
And so tying everything together of all of my singing journey, my writing, my acting, everything, putting it together, it's helped me grow, I think, as a person, because I've definitely found home in a lot of the places that I have severely grown, like in choir and stage. I'm finding a home in this writing class that I'm in. I'm making bonds and friendships and connections that I didn't think that I would going into my junior and senior year, my second half of high school. And I feel like I grew, I expanded my horizons there.
Beautiful.
Expanded my horizons. So
your skill set, I think a lot of that had to do with like the self-development,
definitely.
right? You know,
I definitely had to get over the fear of what people will initially think of me.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to saying that I'm in choir and I love to sing and I will just sing on a whim. You can hear me humming something in my room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it in the hallways at school. Like if I need to keep my voice warm because I have a performance later on, I will be humming throughout the day. And so it's just I think that for me, I've mainly grown confidence not only in performing and auditioning and all that, but also grown confidence in walking in the hallways. And now that I'm a senior, I'm that example. I'm that role model for what high school can be and what high school will be.
Yeah, like, that's great.
It's a bunch of experience and making sure that you know who you are fundamentally. And finding yourself, and I have changed since my freshman year.
That's wonderful.
I don't think that you would recognize me in my freshman year, to be honest.
Well, I think most people can say that, hopefully, anyway, because like when it comes down to it, a lot of this, a lot of the stuff that happens with high school, and we've talked about it in like Dylan's chat and stuff previously. You know, like it's a lot of tribalism, and people honestly they don't know who they are, so it's a lot of judgment passed on like what people think you should act like and all this other stuff. But I think like the one thing too to point it out to you, on top of like understanding fundamentally who you are, it's also being able to deal with the ambiguity of change, and also understand that you know these things that would otherwise cause stress when you were a freshman, like that's no longer a pain point anymore, because you had the experience to teach you that you simply just had to, I guess, like go through the shit to really understand and have the perspective and appreciation for like where you're at now. Because I don't think anybody could really say that they've gone through the whole high school experience and life without going against some sort of adversity. And a lot of the times, and I can say this as, having been there mentally before, there's a lot of resentment that can exist and build up from there. And it's like, well, I'm never going to see you guys again. You guys are assholes, blah, blah, blah. And it's really just like, everybody's just they don't know what they're fucking doing. So like people like give the impression with like
to that.
yeah, exactly. I think the people who suffer the most during these times are the people who really feel like they don't belong, or they're outcast, or they just like are having a hard time because of what's going on with their selves personally or whatever. But I think like it goes without saying that everybody has some sort of experience like that, and they handle it completely differently. Some of us go inward and we don't want to like talk about it, or we internalize it and take it out on other people, like bullies. There's a lot of like suffering essentially that kind of comes to that. People find ways to cope and handle it, especially in high school. The tribalism, even though it's like we're in an advanced society, it's like that hierarchical structure of having confidence and talking about things like and being emotional. Like, I mean, I can't tell you during my time period if it was, and I wasn't in high school that long ago. Well, I guess it was a long time ago, but
for sure not that old.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, like 15 years is a long time. Like that's a long time, okay? Regardless. But during my time, and I'm sure this mentality is still prevalent, but it's a lot of, especially for young boys, it's like, don't be a bitch, stop being a pussy. You don't talk about your feelings, like there's no reason to.
The sentiment boys will be boys.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's like, I understand where that comes from, and it comes from a previous generation of people who were afraid to talk about these things and address the issues they had. But I think it just chalks it up to learning and growing, and then, what you mentioned before, like, you wouldn't be where you're at, where you're at today without having gone through those experiences and having to really understand what those were. Because with a lot of people, I think like they grow up with the whole mentality, you'll understand when you're older. Like that's always said to you. But really what they mean is what the people that say that mean, and I don't think they actually understand what this means, but this is how I've come to understand it, is that the experience of having gone through those things is that's what it means by being older. It's having gone through the experience, like now you understand the context and what happened previously. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because without the context, you're just swimming in bullshit, and you're like, what the fuck? I'm drowning. Why is nobody helping me? And then you're like, you're swimming, and you're like, wow, I guess I really got accustomed to this. And then you're like, well, okay, this isn't so bad. And now I'm out
and then
of the
when
water
somebody
and you're
does
looking
come
at
along
it.
that wants to help you, it's like it's totally different, and you're like, wait, hold on, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Like,
how do I let you help me? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's super strange. But again, like it's you'll understand when you're older. It really is just you'll understand once you've had the experience and have been thrown into the ambiguous unknown, and you'll come out on top as long as you have the. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you for doing that. That was
Disney reference in there.
Yeah. No, that was absolutely on point, on cue.
Thank you. Yes.
Improv muscles confirmed.
Oh, gee, thanks. And one more quick thing.
Yeah.
With this grown confidence that I have from being thrown into things that I didn't think I would be, to pushing myself to go forwards with things that I'm very passionate about. I have said to you that I came out to my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
many
been pretty
moons
tough for
ago.
you.
Yes. Very tough. Because the one side of my family is very like, oh yeah, you be you. Doesn't matter, whatever, I still love you. Like, as long as you're not hurting people, you're fine. The other side is not so.
Yep.
Because they, my other side is very religious, and so they see it as wrong.
Right.
But for a while that did bug me, and it still bugs me a little bit. But I've learned that if somebody isn't gonna like who I am because of something that they've gone through or something that they have in their mind, it's not my fault. That's not anything against me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not on me. That's something that they need to deal with.
They have to find one way to. They have to find ways to. Well, in a way, they haven't experienced that in their life before, right?
Exactly.
So it goes back to like you could just. I'm not advocating for this, but essentially, you'd be like, you'll understand when you're older.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does hurt. It sucks to hear that I need to change and that who I am isn't what I was expected to be.
Right.
Yeah, that hurts coming from a mother, but all in all, it made me who I am. It's made me the all of my friends, all of my close friends in my life have said that I'm one of the most compassionate and kind people that they know. And I feel like that's from what I've been thrown in, which you know a lot about, and what I've experienced in my life, because I really don't want anybody to feel like that they're going through anything alone. That's the purpose of my writing. I want people to know that no matter what, it's brighter on the other side. It's better. True. The grass is greener. And that all in all, it's never what is the metaphor I'm trying to think of? I don't know, but you get my point.
I get your point. Yeah.
It hasn't been easy, especially as of late, but it's been so damn worth it to to see how I've grown and to just look back on where I was even a year ago, to answer that direct question from the beginning. I've grown so much. Last year, I don't think that I would have ever come out as fast as I did if it wasn't for looking back at what I was thrown into when I was a small child in elementary school, to what I've gone through since middle school, since the beginning of high school, what I've been again thrown into, what I've experienced, what pools I've thought I drowned in but have thrived and floated to the surface and seen the sunlight again. I've become a different person, and I've become who I want to be. And yes, I'm still growing, I'm still learning, I'm still experiencing, but I have that base of what I want to be and what I want others to see. And so it's just, I feel like it's time for me to show the world what I'm capable of, what I can do, and who I am.
All right, well, I got to do it to you again. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
If you could, I've given many speeches.
Beautiful. That was wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
Thank you for sharing your life experience with us.
Of course. I trust you guys.
I guess we should give anybody the opportunity to ask any questions if they're curious.
Of course.
Do you have any questions for me? I'm not expecting any questions, so if you have any, we can do that. Shoot the shit while we're waiting for anybody from chat if they have anything.
I do have a question for you.
Okay.
If, say, you... I don't know how I want to word this. Give me a minute while I think about it.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you know who healthygamer._GG is?
I don't.
He is a psychiatrist that like has talked with a lot of like really big streamers, and his conversations I find really valid. One of the things that he does that I really like that I think I will share with you that I think you'll find valuable is asking the question, can I think for a second? Like somebody says no, they're really just, that's mean.
Okay, I think I know how I want to word this.
Okay.
If you were in a position where streaming was not a thing, what other way would you choose to get your message out there to the world?
Podcasting. Easy.
Okay, but if that wasn't a thing?
Maybe like some sort of like lone like broadcasting, like pirate radio. I would find some way to broadcast. If you're saying there's no way to transmit like my voice or talk with people, I think what I would do is probably look for like maybe like pen pals or something. I'd probably be like a really good writer. You know, messages in bottles released to the sea. That would actually be pretty nice. I'd probably do that, you know.
Yeah,
I would try find. I would always. Yeah, I think like maybe what I would do most likely is I would travel to different parts of the world, or even just like go to my city, you know, like things that go to Chicago and talk with like the homeless population, or people that like I feel like need to be heard, because I think a lot of the things that like I've experienced in my life is that I find that I felt like I didn't really have a whole lot of power in being able to change things in my life at certain points, and that really like was really demeaning or diminishing on my mental health, and it just made me feel terrible. So I can't imagine like being one of a person who's homeless who like literally has no, you know, voice, or at least feels like they're lost or underrepresented or not, you know, acknowledged, you know. I can't imagine being that person. So like I would love to be able to talk with them on a regular basis and like make them feel like they are being heard, whether it was at the homeless shelter or just like walking the street or something. So I guess maybe like a reporter, or I guess nobody would hire me, you know, like
you can make a business by yourself.
I think it'd be like an independent reporter where I'm like 9 to 5, and then after that, you know, I go over and like just bring some recording equipment and just talk with people. Yeah. Shout out the sky. That's another one.
I like to hear what other people would do if they couldn't do what they were doing currently.
Yeah.
I feel like it's interesting.
That's a really good question. Thank you for asking that.
Thanks.
Looks like we don't have any questions from chat. Sarah, thank you so much for sharing your life experience with us, and I hope this isn't the last time we hear from you. I'm sure it won't be.
Oh, it won't be. I'm very present.
All right, give it up for Sarah. Claps in the chat really quick, please. Thank you.
I still need to applaud me, seriously.
Hey, you know, it's a big deal. Clap? Do you guys know how to emote? Come on. It's capital C. Capital. Clap, 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 clap. Come on.
I'm just happy and fortunate to be in a position where I can share what I've gone through and maybe inspire somebody else to be like, hey, I recognize that and I'm going to get better.
Hey, well, that's in line with our you or me living a different life. And I have a firm belief in that. So thank you for sharing your experience.
Of course.
You have a great night, Sarah. We'll see you in the chat digitally.
Yay!
Thank you.
Bye, Steve. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.